one of the worst promises we make to ourselves is saying we're going to do things and then not do those things we said. Because when we say we're going to do certain things and we don't do the things we're going to say we're going to do, our brains lose trust with ourselves. And I've experienced this many, many times, and I'm slowly coming to the realization that it's really true. There's some truth to the phrase, don't say things you're not going to do. Because, let me give you an example. Let's say you had a friend who you gave a lot of promises to, but there's one specific promise you gave them, something really important. And you told them not to tell anybody, and you find out a week later they have told their other friend group about that promise that you made to them that you didn't want anyone to tell. So you're like, all right, they broke my promise. I'm not going to trust them as much, but they're still my best friends. So I'm going to still tell them like main things that go on with my life, because maybe they just like got out of control and instinctively just spoiled the promise we made. So you tell them a couple more things that are something that is cause you to be very vulnerable with, and you find out another week that they told their other friend group again about that same new topic that you're being vulnerable with. And slowly you start to realize, damn, this guy is not being a good person. He's not trusting the promises he's making and saying that he's going to keep. He said, all right, I'll make it up. We'll keep the promise this time. But they break the rules that they said they're going to follow. And over time, what do you feel? You lose trust with this person and you don't tell them things. And if they were to tell you certain things, you wouldn't feel the same way about them anymore. If you find them consistently lying about what they're saying and not saying the truth, then you're not going to trust their word as often. And you might not even do any favors that they recommend or they ask for or treat them the same way. And this same relationship is the exact same relationship you have with yourself. If you say to yourself that you're going to do certain things, or if you make promises to yourself that you're going to do certain things and then don't act on them, your brain loses trust with itself, and there's a lot more hesitation and a lot more resistance when trying to do those things that you say you're going to do. Because your body already knows that you're probably not going to do it anyway. So it's just going to be another day where you said you're going to do certain things, but it got close to where you almost started it, but the day ended and you got busy with a bunch of other tasks and there was not enough time to start it. But you know deep down that you could have got started. You knew that you wasted your day doing jack shit or a bunch of side quests that are not as important as the things you said you wanted to do. And then night comes, you want to go to sleep. You're like, all right, I knew I was supposed to do this. How was it already how have hours gone by and I haven't got this thing done? And I'm speaking from personal experience, by the way. So if you're relating to this, I went through the exact same situation because I'm speaking directly to the person who was dealing with this, the previous version of me, about like 6 months ago. I would be in a consistent loop every day, just telling myself I want to get X thing done, Y thing done, film this video, write this module, do this, do that. But months have gone by and I still haven't gotten any of those things. And the reason is because I've developed so much friction between doing the thing that I say I'm going to do, and that's caused it to be so difficult to just getting started. The hardest part, I'd say, is literally just getting the ball rolling. And what I've found to help with that, to minimize that resistance and hesitation and friction to getting the ball rolling and starting to actually do the things you say you're going to do, is limiting the difficulty of getting started with the thing. Or I should say, limiting the difficulty of the thing that you want to do or that you say you want to do. Don't say that you're going to do some crazy thing and get it done at a crazy deadline that you think is probably unreasonable given your past experience over the past month of how you've been working and how disciplined you've been. If you've barely been able to make, for example, 1 video a day with content, don't randomly say, I'm going to make 5 videos today, or I'll make 10 videos today. Or if you barely clean your room, don't say, okay, I'm going to clean up the entire house, or I'm going to dust up the entire room, or organize everything, rearrange my room. Don't give yourself a crazy challenge. Start with something small that feels somewhat annoying to do. It's like uncomfortable. It's not that challenging. You just don't really want to do it. It's not hard. When we start off with something that's hard and challenging, then there's a lot of friction to getting started. That friction to getting started is what causes us to put off actually doing the things we say we're going to do. And that makes it much harder to get the ball rolling again. So how do we eliminate that? By starting off with something easy. That's something that we don't really want to do. It's a little bit uncomfortable, somewhat challenging, not too challenging. And that could literally be cleaning up your, like literally putting away something that's on your desk that's been on for like a few weeks that you've been thinking about putting away, but you haven't done it. Or like if you have a pile of shoes in front of your house and it's not like organized at the shoe shelf, which like is an example I have like a bunch of shoes in front of my door where like guests can obviously see there's a bunch of shoes piled up, and that's not nice if someone walks into your house. So what should I do? It'd be better if it was like all closed into the shelf. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just annoyingly uncomfortable. But if I go do that thing, it's going to set my mind in a state where, okay, he did something he didn't really want to do. So next time when I go say that I want to do something else that's in that same level of difficulty, my body is going to be like, okay, last time he did it, he actually said it and he actually did it. So it's going to have a lot less friction doing it this time. And what you'll notice is when you continue to do these things, you can increase the difficulty of the challenge or the thing you want to get done. And you won't have as much friction because you've already got the ball rolling a little bit of you trusting yourself and the things you say you're going to do, because your body knows and your brain knows that now it's trusting itself. It knows that it's going to do the things it says it's going to do within that same difficulty. So once you get that initial ball rolling of doing something that's relatively uncomfortable, not too challenging, then you can scale that up and do more challenging stuff that you've been putting off. Once you do the bare minimum stuff first, you can't just jump to like crazy discipline. Like let's say someone hasn't gone to the gym in like 4 weeks. They can't just start going back like 6 days a week. Maybe they can for like they'll go for a few days, maybe a week, max like 2 weeks. And then you'll see like burnout, crash. They just go on a complete like, what do you call it? They break their streak and now they're literally just back in the same position as they were like a few weeks ago. Just directionless and lazy, unmotivated to go to the gym, right? We all have those like spikes of motivation, but you shouldn't use that to put some crazy challenge for yourself. You should use that to get the small ball rolling and use that motivation to fuel a prolonged discipline of a little small challenges, a little bit of challenge at a time, and then slowly scale it up. You can't just expect to go like 0 to hero and then stay a hero. You're going to go 0 to hero and come back to 0 and crash pretty bad and be in the same position as before because you don't set the foundation. When you have that snowball effect and build that snowball from small to big and let that momentum do its thing, then you'll start to notice like you have a lot less friction and resistance doing the hard things. So if you're having a lot of resistance doing the things you say you want to do, and it's been months where you're not making any progress towards that, ease up the challenge. Do something a little bit easier. Don't focus on something that's super crazy important to do. That's a high bar thing. Focus on something that's not as challenging. That's just a little bit uncomfortable that you know you need to get done. You don't really want to do it and it's not that difficult. Do that and start doing a few other things that are not as difficult that you've been meaning to get done but you haven't been doing, and stuff that's like mini side quests that's like bothering you. And then you'll see once you do those mini challenging things, you'll start getting the ball rolling. And as you scale up the challenging things you want to get towards, you'll be able to actually get them done because you've built trust with yourself that you're going to do the things you say you're going to do. Give it a shot. And if you guys want some more value like this, check out my channel, follow my page. And if you have certain questions about anything I talked about or any video you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next one.